Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to this channel. That night, the skies over Beijing felt different. A gentle breeze carried whispers of hope, mingling with the glow of lights from the grand venue where one of China's most anticipated award ceremonies was being held, the 2025 Weibo TV Influential Awards. All eyes were drawn to one place. Not because of the glamour of the celebrities walking the red carpet. Not because of the flashing cameras scrambling for the best angle. But because of one figure. A woman who walked slowly, dressed in a silver gown that sparkled like the stars. Her gaze was calm. Her smile, soft. And beside her, a man held her hand tightly, as if to say, "You've made it. I've seen it all." Songyun. That night, it wasn't just her name echoing throughout the grand hall, but the story behind it. A story that hadn't been told in full. A story of a girl who started on small stages, playing roles that barely made it to the end credits. A story of setbacks no one ever reported, of tears that fell backstage, and of love, quiet and unseen, but unwavering. When the host announced her as the most popular actress of 2025, time seemed to pause. Songyun stood between light and shadow. Cheers erupted. Applause thundered. But what truly moved hearts wasn't the noise. It was something smaller. Kai, the man who had stood beside her all along, rising from his seat and reaching for her hand, anchoring her in that surreal moment. It wasn't a drama scene. It wasn't scripted. It was real. Songyun's journey to that night wasn't paved with ease or unending praise. She began from zero, from background roles few would remember. But she never let go of one thing: sincerity. On screen and in life, she always appeared with an open heart. She wasn't a celebrity chasing glamour, but a woman embracing the world with simplicity. With warm eyes. With a genuine laugh. With steady steps grounded in humility. The award she received that night symbolized much more than popularity. She won not because of hype, but because her fans felt seen, heard, and loved. Because every post on her Weibo, every smile at a fan meeting, every hug for a crying child, was real. And it left a mark. The year 2025 was proof that hard work never goes unrewarded. The drama she starred in, the path of her smile, was more than a rating success. It told a story that touched hearts, of a young teacher sacrificing everything to rebuild a school in a remote village. That role wasn't just a character on screen. It was a mirror of Songyun herself. Someone who sees the world through empathy. And behind the scenes, far from the flashes of cameras, there was Kai. He wasn't always in the promotional photos. He rarely spoke about their relationship. But for those who paid attention, the signs were always there. In the way he quietly stood beside her, in the way he smiled when she wasn't looking, in the brief embraces never caught on film. In the pride on his face that night, which he couldn't and didn't want to hide. Many say their love story feels like a dream. But to their fans, they are proof that love doesn't need to be loud to be real. That sincerity always finds a way to be seen, even in silence. One of the most moving moments of the night was during Songyun's acceptance speech. Her voice trembled, but her words remained steady. She thanked her fans, calling them the reason she could still stand on that stage. And then, she turned to Kai. With a whisper of emotion, she said, "Thank you for being here, for the silence and the cheers. Your presence is more than enough." The line wasn't long, but it read like a poem written from the heart. A quiet acknowledgement that the presence of someone who understands you, without needing to speak, is a power that cannot be replaced. The fans were overwhelmed. Weibo flooded with emotional posts. The hashtag #Songyun Most Popular Actress 2025 soared to the #1 spot within minutes. A video of Kai gripping Songyun's hand as her name was announced went viral, symbolizing the quiet kind of love that cuts deepest. Their fandom, known as Sweet Kai, hosted a virtual watch party and raised charity funds in celebration of her win. Some fans wrote how the moment touched them deeply, not just because their favorite actress had won, but because everything they believed about her had been validated. Because they had trusted, long before the world did, that Songyun was worthy of all this love and recognition. And that night, the world finally agreed. Following her win, news from her agency quickly spread. Songyun reportedly received over 5 major project offers, ranging from historical epics to arthouse films aimed at international festivals. Global brands expressed interest in making her their ambassador. The message was clear: her charm had gone beyond China. She was no longer just a local star, she had become a symbol of grace and authenticity admired across borders. Yet, Amidst all the glitz, what lingered most was the calm in her eyes that night. She didn't jump in joy. She didn't cry dramatically. But there was something profound in her expression, like someone who remembered every step it took to get there. Like someone who never forgot the times she walked through darkness alone. Kai stood beside her. Not too close. Not too far. But exactly where he needed to be, a quiet strength. Not just a romantic partner, but a witness. Someone who saw the process. Someone who stayed when no one else did. And perhaps, that's the truest kind of love. Not the kind shouted to the world, but the kind that builds you, silently, day by day. That night, Songyun didn't just win an award. She earned trust. She earned admiration. And she carved a place that can't be replaced, in the hearts of millions. Because in a world that often rewards noise and spectacle, there stood one woman who chose to walk gently, who kept her heart open, and who loved without needing to prove anything. Hello, drama lovers. As we watched that night unfold, from our phones, our laptops, or through video clips on social media, maybe we weren't just watching an award show. Maybe we were witnessing a pivotal chapter in the lives of two people who are growing together in love and in achievement. Will their story continue to unfold? Will more moments like this follow? Time will tell. But one thing is certain, that night will live in many hearts. A night where sincerity, love, and perseverance triumphed over all pretense. Thank you for watching this story with us. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. What was the most touching moment for you? And what do you think lies ahead for Songyun and Kai? Stay with us for the next update. And as always, thank you for being here, on this channel.